Hello and welcome to my thoughts on effective pedagogical practices for teaching the whole child. As a teacher in the 21st century, it is imperative that I take a holistic approach to teaching. I can no longer just teach subject matter and impart factual knowledge. In the 21st century, I am responsible for so much more than this, and it is necessary for me to take an approach to teaching that caters for the whole child. Firstly, I need to know and understand what is pedagogy. By definition from the Oxford Dictionary, pedagogy is the method and practice of teaching, especially as an academic or theoretical concept. Further to this, Van Mienen in 1999 tells us pedagogy is the science and art of teaching. Science because it includes the knowledge of theories of learning and instructional strategies for teaching, and art because it is how to correctly put these theories into practice and build teaching experience. Historian Dan Cruikshank in 2009 described pedagogy by its Greek origins of leading a child by the hand and refers to it as one human being leading another into the world of education. Regardless of which way I choose to think of pedagogy, it is true that just knowing the theories is not enough. I must be able to successfully put them into practice in ways that will benefit learners. I will now share with you some of my thoughts and findings of effective pedagogical practices that as a teacher I will use to ensure I am providing that holistic approach to teaching the whole child. When I am teaching, I know it will be paramount for me to cater for the well-being and pastoral care of all students. In my classroom, I will provide an environment that is emotionally and physically safe and secure to facilitate learning for my students. I know that pastoral care, well-being and welfare of all students must always come first, otherwise learning will not occur as easily. As a teacher, I will provide pastoral care and well-being for all my students by greeting students by name and building positive relationships with them so they know I care. I will give and show respect. I will model and encourage model behaviours. I will provide a safe, secure and nurturing learning space for my students. I will believe in and trust all students. I will model self-regard, self-esteem and self-confidence so my students know how to build these traits within themselves. I will genuinely care and be genuine in all my actions. Where necessary, I will seek out and provide welfare assistance for students. By providing pastoral care and well-being to students, I will enable their learning. There are many effective pedagogical practices teachers can put into action to achieve favourable academic outcomes. However, the following strategies are the ones I feel will help me the most as a teacher to focus my teaching and have greatest impact on my students. I will build good rapport with students and have open dialogue to provide a positive learning environment. I will engage with students by using a variety of resources. My aim will be to capture the attention of students and connect so as to maintain that attention. I will also make my teaching student-centred by making content relevant and authentic and use questioning to promote engagement through collaboration. I will set clear learning intentions at the beginning of each lesson and ensure students understand what they are expected to learn. I will be clear and explicit in instructional techniques so as to avoid confusion or risk losing students' focus and attention. I will take the time to learn about students' individual learning styles and cater to those styles to ensure all students are given every opportunity to comprehend tasks and succeed. I will involve students in classroom decision making and at times allow students to be the teachers, in order for them to feel trusted and respected and have some control over their learning. I will encourage and welcome peer learning. I will interact and show my passion and enthusiasm for teaching to engage students by being genuinely interested in what I am teaching. Showing my love for teaching will hopefully sprout a love for learning in my students. I will motivate students by providing positive feedback and publicly rewarding positive behaviours and good work. I will use appropriate humour at opportune moments to capture students' attention and add a spice to my teaching. I will not be mundane or authoritative. I will act and not react when it comes to poor classroom behaviour. I will model good respectful behaviour and encourage the same in return. I will not react negatively to disruptive behaviours in public, but rather discuss the behaviour of the student one-on-one and in a mature fashion. By following these personal commandments of effective teaching, I am aiming for the best outcomes academically, emotionally and socially for all of my students. In an effort to get the best outcomes for my students, I will also use a broad range of resources in my classroom. I will use ICT such as laptops, iPads and digital cameras for active learning. I will use a variety of multimedia resources for showing students and interacting with them. Interactive whiteboards will be used where available so students can be an active part of the learning and we can share. Guest speakers will provide a point of difference and capture students' attention. Charts, worksheets and activity books will all be a part of my teaching and my students' learning. And then there's books. We will read, share, talk about and reflect on books as a large part of our learning. Thank you for listening to me as I shared my thoughts and feelings about effective pedagogical practices for teaching the whole child.